Hello lovely world hearts, it's Lisa here. How are you doing? I'm back with another reading. I'm having so much fun doing these. These are my favourite thing to do. I just had some feedback from two of the 2024 readings that I recorded and sent out yesterday. I've done quite a few of them so far, but I haven't had any feedback. One lady was like, oh my god, I can't believe you're saying that. That is the toy that I had when I was a child. And another lady was like, oh, I just really needed to hear that. I just feel like I'm sitting in such heavy energy and that's really helped to clear it. So, it does give you clarity and healing. So if you'd like a 2024 reading, I shall put a link in the description box below. I would love to do that for you. This is the most fun I've had at work for ages. Right, let's ask Spirit to guide this reading. I've pulled some cards. I am using the Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. The story cards by Cathy Nichols. They don't have a box, but they're up there. I'm also using my friend's tarot to get a bit more clarity, my friend's tarot deck. And I'm using my cards today because there's inner child stuff coming in here. I made these cards for little children. They're called Smiley Thought cards. Can you see them there? There they are. They're gorgeous and they've got little messages on the back. Now this is about a relationship. I didn't know what I was pulling cards on. I just said to Spirit, can you give us some guidance for today? Someone's got to make a decision about a relationship. Okay? So let's just read the back of this one to start off with and set the tone. It's time to make a decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. Also put splinters in your bottom. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right path or exact right thing for your spiritual path. Channel your energy, be decisive, learn and grow. And what I want to say is when we get caught up in whether we're making a right or wrong decision or not, we're not in our bodies, we're not connected to our hearts. We're actually up in our heads. You can't really write a pros and cons list for a relationship because some relationships can look really good on paper because some people present a certain way to the world, don't they? But then actually when you're in the relationship, if it's hurting you, then it's no good for you. And you've got to be in your body to recognise that it's hurting you. So if we look at the first card here, it says it's not for you. Someone is treating you. This is a bit of a game. It feels like there's a bit of a back and forth with the energy. And when I pulled some clarifying cards on this, I got the Eight of Wands reversed. So the Eight of Wands up the right way is something's coming in quickly, a message is coming in quickly. I feel like this energy, Eight of Wands reversed, is asking you to slow down and become an observer of the game that you're stuck in. You see it says nope on the fortune cookie. It does feel like this connection is fated and destined in some way. And I'll tell you why that is, because I got this card. I got the Wheel of Fortune, and also we've got the card of Kindred Spirits here. And we've got the card of Everyone Crosses Your Path for a reason. So this connection was meant to come into your life. But you know what they say about relationships? They say reason, season or lifetime. People come into your life for a reason. They come in for a season, just for a short period of time, or they're with you forever. But not everyone is meant to stay with us forever. And I think we need to kind of get used to removing ourselves from relationships that are no good for us. But this relationship does feel fated and destined in some way. But in order to see what it's doing to you, you need to get back in touch with yourself. And because you've checked out from yourself. So this Between Two Worlds card for me is the freeze response card. It's when you're in a freeze response. So what I mean by that is, and what I pulled for this was the Four of Cups. So look at Phoebe. She's gone into a bit of a stare. She's like gazing off into the distance. She's not in touch with herself. She's checked out. And there's something up here that she needs to see. And cups represent emotions. So her emotions are trying to talk to her. They're trying to tell her that something's not right. And she's just had to check out to stay in the relationship. Look at what we've got down here under Not For You. We've got communion. So it's definitely a relationship. But it's a relationship that feels like a cage. it feels like you're trapped in some way. It really does feel like you're trapped. And I pulled these cards on that. Look, Eight of Swords, she feels trapped. Now, the Eight of Swords is when you're trapped in your mind. You're not physically being held hostage. If you are feeling physically unsafe and you're watching this reading, please go to a women's refuge, call someone, go and stay with a friend. Don't be ashamed. If you're in an abusive relationship, please take care of yourself and leave. Don't be afraid. But this you feel stuck in your mind, but you're up in your mind because you're not listening to these feelings. These feelings are coming in and they're trying to talk to you. You know, I'm going back to what I was saying about you can't write a list of whether someone's for you or not. You can't. It reminds me, do you remember that episode on Friends where, I don't know if you saw it, where Ross wrote a list of things about Rachel and a list of things about, was it Emily or one of his girlfriends that he was seeing at the time, and Rachel found the list and it broke her heart. You can't think your way logically to make a decision about a person. It's how you feel when you're with them. Do they make you feel good? Do they support you? Are they encouraging? Are they honest? Can you trust them? Are they safe? Do they treat you like you're like the queen that you are? Do they treat you with respect and kindness and decency? And I get a real sense with this chessboard card that this relationship is controlling you. Look at the control. We've got two, he's sat on 2 coins, he's got 2 coins there. There's nowhere for those coins to move. He looks angry as well. He looks like an angry person. I'm not saying this is a man, it could be a woman. Like, just choose whatever's appropriate, whatever situation you find yourself in. But there's some level of control. And if you think about it, if someone's playing a game with you, like, chess is a very strategic game, isn't it? It's like, I'm going to move my pawn forward and then my bishop comes over. This is very controlled, premeditated. It's hurting you. It's absolutely hurting you. Look at this card. The 3 of Swords. It's hurting you, and you can't feel that it's hurting you because you're all up in your head going, maybe you're saying, but I've invested in this relationship for so long and I can't decide. The number of years that you've been with someone is not indicative of a good, healthy relationship. People outgrow each other. They absolutely do. But it's breaking your heart. It's also pushing on, this is my card of trauma, it's pushing on your inner child wounds. And the reason I know that is because it's saying there's no place like home. You know, if you grew up in a home that was controlling or emotionally abusive or physically abusive or sexually abusive, your inner child is in it because it feels familiar to them. But then your inner child needs an adult to come along and take her out of that. And the only person that can take her out of that is you. It has to be you. Look at this card underneath, no place like home. Look at the bird in its home, but it's in a cage. Again, it's like this energy over here. This energy of feeling trapped, caged in with this person, like you can't escape. And look, when you free yourself from your mental prison, from all your overthinking and deliberating on whether you're going to leave or not, you can fly free like the butterfly. I think this bird cage door is open and you can actually fly free, but you feel stuck. You feel mentally stuck, and what needs moving, what will lubricate your emotions need lubricating. You need to get in touch with your emotions. This is also healing and transformation, this card. These caterpillars have gone into the darkness, gone into the chrysalis. They've come out to fly free. They've already grown their wings. I don't feel like this relationship or this connection has completely crushed you. I actually think you're very capable. And look at the words on this, above this shop. Oh my God, that looks like my home at the moment. Those of you that listen to my podcast know that currently my house is encased in scaffolding because property developers have bought my flat and they're building on top. But it's saying follow your heart. Can you see that? You've got to get back in touch with those feelings. Look, they're trying to get your attention and you're not listening to them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Let's have a look at these smiley thought cards here. So this is everyone crosses your path for a reason. Do you know what I was watching at home with the Richardsons the other day? I don't know if you watched that. It's Lucy Beaumont and John Richardson. It's on Dave. It's like a comedy thing. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. But Lucy Richardson was saying, yeah, she's from Hull. I'm not going to attempt to do the accent. She says, some people come into your lifetime for a reason, season. And she went, you know, some people are old souls, some people are new souls, and some people are just our souls. That just really made me laugh. That's not what's written on the back of this card. It really made me laugh. It says, seek out like-minded people to hang out with, be brave and introduce yourself with a smile. Yeah, this is the courage here. It's going to take courage to leave this situation. But you know you can do it, because I'll tell you something. If you were raised in a house like that was abusive, you went through the worst as a kid and you survived it. So this is just nothing in comparison to what you've already been through. But you don't realise that you can leave it because you're feeling mentally trapped. Let's come over here at this other one. I make friends easily. Aww. Think about all the ways you're a good friend and how you want people to feel when they've spent time with you. That's why we've got this card. How does this person make you feel when you spend time with them? Does it feel good? Does it feel good? I often think, and I can share this with you, that when I've had to leave toxic relationships, I've left in my mind before I've physically left. I withdraw my emotions. I've worked it out in my head. I usually have done a lot of journaling on it. I've taken it to therapy. I've talked it through with someone and I've processed it all. So by the time I've left, I'm really clear in myself that I'm making the right decision for all concerned. But sometimes you need another person to show you that something isn't for you because you can't see it, because you're too involved. Now, I asked my Believe in Your Own Magic deck for a final message to help you. And it says, stars, you can manifest your every wish. And it's card number 5. 5 is the energy of change. But I feel like it's saying the universe has got your back. The universe is going to take care of you. I'm also I'm drawn to all those books in the background. It's saying educate yourself on toxic relationships, on controlling relationships. Educate yourself on what healthy love looks like. If you came from a home like this, you need to redefine and learn what love is again, because this was not love what you had. This was not love. Absolutely was not love. I feel like I need to leave my scaffolding situation, let me tell you now. I feel trapped in here. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. I can't rent it out. I can't sell it. And I've got nowhere else to go. So I understand. I'm getting a real strong feeling here that you're trapped. But honest, that these caged twigs, you're absolutely not trapped. You can fly free. And the universe is going to support you in whatever decision you make. The universe speaks to us through our intuition, which we access through our feelings. So back to that one again. Please connect with your feelings. Right, so we're going to leave it there today. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. What can we put, if you've made it to the end and this reading is for you, you want to show me that you've made it to the end, do you want to put some healing for the people watching this that might be in situations where they feel trapped and they can't get out of them? Should we put some rainbows in the comments for them, or some stars in the comments for them, or a cup of tea, or a house, or a butterfly, or a birdie? Choose, or a feather. Choose something to show me that you want to send healing to those people, and that you have enjoyed the reading, and give it a like, and maybe send it to someone who needs to hear it. It's really hard when you've got a friend that's in an abusive relationship. I've had a couple, I've lost friendships along the way because you want to be there for them, but actually you're having to deal with all of the dysfunction by hearing how upset your friend is, and also your friend is, not doing anything about it. And, you know, it's a bit ping-pongy, I find, because it's like whilst everything's all good between them, you kind of aren't a surplus to requirements. But then when it all kicks off and there's a lot of drama, and actually if you're raised in a house like this, you'd be drawn to relationships that are fueled by drama. You know, there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of emotional dysregulation, and maybe that's why you find your feelings scary to connect to. Maybe that's why you find them scary to connect to, because you saw adults totally out of control and misusing their power, and no one taught you how to regulate your feelings. You know, I do have a coaching session called Emotional First Aid, and I also have an emotional first aid kit. I'll put that in the comments below if you want to get in touch with your feelings, especially if you're an HSP, a highly sensitive person, or an empath. You must stay connected to your feelings and not be blocked off from them, and that is what keeps you safe. That is absolutely what keeps you safe. Right, there you go, my lovely wild hearts. I hope that's helpful to you. Like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye for now.